Hello and welcome back to Get Great at Maths. I'm here to help you pass your maths exam, so hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to look at keywords, key formulas and how to gain top marks. So let's get ready to get great at maths. This is a question on subtracting fractions. I've got 2 and 5 over 6 take away 3/4. We've got to write our answer in the box and this is going to be worth 1 mark in the exam. Our key facts. We need to follow the following steps. So first of all, we need to find the lowest common denominator of the fractions. So in this case, my denominators are 6 and 4. What is the smallest number that both 6 and 4 go into? Now, often you can just multiply these two numbers together. 6 times 4 is 24, but that's not actually going to be the lowest common denominator. So you've got to work out what the lowest common denominator is. Otherwise, you'll have to cancel your answer at the end. You're then going to use equivalent fractions, subtract the whole numbers, subtract your numerators, which are the numbers at the top of your fraction. Your denominator stays the same, and then you're going to convert your answer to a mixed fraction if you need to, and cancel your answer, or cancel the fraction again if you need to. So these last two steps may or may not be relevant. There is an alternative method of converting this to a top-heavy fraction, but once you've converted it to a top-heavy fraction, you'll then have to use equivalent fractions to find the same denominator because the denominators are different. So it is much more tricky to do it that method. I will show you how to do it, but I would recommend finding the common denominator of the two fractions here, then doing it with the whole numbers and the fractions separately. Press pause, have a go at working out the answer, and then press play when you're ready to hear the answer. Great work, so hopefully you've managed to come up with an answer. Now we've got to find our lowest common denominator. Now 6 and 4, we've got to find out what times table they're both in. So if you think about your 6 times table, it goes 6, 12, 18. Your 4 times table goes 4, 8, 12, 16. So there's a common number already, 12 appearing. So I'm going to draw out a diagram with 12 sections. Now my first fraction is 5 out of 6. So you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections going down and then across, and then there are 2 down. Now 5, 6 is taking up, this is 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6. So that is equivalent to 10 squares. Now without using the diagram, you could have done 6 times 2 is 12. 5 times 2 is 10, so it's 10 over 12. Now 3/4, I'm going to draw a different diagram. The reason I've done this, I've still got 12 squares, exactly the same as here, but on this one I wanted 6 sections, and you can see there are 6 sections across the top. Now I want 4 sections, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I need to find 3/4, so I've got 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. Here's the last section. So 3/4, okay, is 9 squares. So 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9. So that is equivalent to 10 over 12, take away 9 over 12, and the 2 whole one stays at the front. Now I've got to subtract these. Now if you're adding, you could just add together the total numbers, but subtracting, I've just got to take them away. So if you look at the diagram here, I'm going to start with the 10 over 12 because this was the fraction that's first. So I'm going to take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 because that's the number here. I'm taking away 9. I'm left with 1 out of the 12. So that is 1 over 12. So my answer is 2 and 1 over 12. That is the easiest way to do the question. You can do it by looking at a common denominator and working this as a top-heavy fraction. So if you made this a top-heavy fraction, you could then do 2 times 6 is 12, because there are 12 whole ones, 12 parts in 2 whole ones, plus the 5. 12 plus 5 is 17. Then you've got 17 over 6. Then you've got to make this a 12. So you've then got to double 17 over 6, which gives you 34 over 12. 9 over 12 is calculated exactly the same as what we did here. Now you can do 34 take away 9, which is 25. 12 fits into 25 twice. There's 1 left over, so that is 2 whole ones and 1/12. And that will give you 1 mark in the exam. It's much easier to work on the left-hand side than this one in this question, but it is personal preference as to which one you prefer. Give yourself a big tick if you got it correct. Well done. The mark scheme on this question shows the answer is 2 and 1 over 12 or 25 over 12. Either of these answers are acceptable for 1M, which is one method mark. It says you cannot use rounded or truncated decimals. So if you worked in terms of decimals, which is extremely difficult to do, if you got the exact decimal, then that is correct, but it's much easier to work in fractions. Rounding, if you'd written this as 2.08, now the 3 keeps the number the same, so it's 2.08. So rounding would be 2.08. Truncating means just take away any of the digits after the last digit you want to round to. So that's again 2.08. Rounding and truncating can sometimes give you the same answer, other times it is different. But if you did round or truncate this answer, you would be incorrect, so it would not be accepted. If you found this video useful, please share, like and subscribe so we can all get great at maths. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to share, like and subscribe. Please follow Get Great at Maths on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook and X. What do you want to see next on Get Great at Maths? Please comment below. See you next time.